Hi, it doesn't say. Okay. Hi, everybody. No, usually it says you're live or you're on or something. It just says scheduled. Hi, everybody. It is Sybil Wilkes, and it's just one of those days. It really is. It is. It's a manic Monday on a Tuesday, and feeling like I don't nothing else. So anyway, welcome to What You Need to Know. It is also Anthony Brown Day, which may explain some things. We are waiting Jay's arrival, having some technical issues there, as you might expect. This is What You Need to Know. It is Tuesday, as I said, but feeling like a Monday. And this is the show that is based on what's going on in the news. And we ask you all to join us in our conversation. If you have comments, if you would like to answer our question of the day and other events pertaining to the video, perhaps, that we'll have for you as the program goes on. What you need to know is our newsletter, and it is Monday through Friday. And please go to sybilwilkes.com if you have not subscribed to it. And we invite you all to be a part of our What You Need to Know news tribe. And we have the 5 top things that you should know every day. And we also have an HBCU corner. We have a little No Black History Fact. And a lot of the things that you had on the Tom Jordan Morning Show, we have here as well. And as well as the comedians. So there you go. And now it says that we are live. And then there's Mr. Brown. Hey, Danny Brown.
Hey, Sybil, what's going on? First of all, let me add to what you just said with the What You Need to Know newsletter. It's very informative. And I think the thing that's the cherry on top is the Yogi's Jewels that you
Is that the cherry?
That's the cherry on top. Oh, wait, there's more. Yogi's Jewels.
It is. A lot of people look forward to it, and I'm glad that we did start it this year.
Today was today was almost a 2-parter. We'll probably do it at the end of the show,
right.
But it was the longest jewel I've ever seen.
The jewels are quite wordy sometimes.
The jewels started off short. Now
the jewels are getting bigger. The jewels are
getting bigger.
Some days, some days are like that.
Sybil?
Some days are like that.
Some days are like that.
So Jay,
what is up? What's going
on? There's something wrong with your audio. It's when you, yeah, it's like there's a little static.
It's going in and out.
No, when you talk, there's something going on. There's a static whenever you talk. So you're not talking now. Yeah, exactly. It's still going on.
Okay. This is every fucking week. Hold on,
Okay, he's going out, and so we will await his return. As we talk about the topics that are the topical items in the news today, a lot of folks are still waiting in order to get in line to take their coronavirus vaccination. Now we're getting to the point that most of the states have enough product. They have enough of the vaccines that they are opening up even more. As you heard, Alaska last week said that all those over the age of 16 are able to just go and get their vaccine or to sign up, however their state is organized. Now today begins Mississippi. And the governor announced yesterday that with the vaccination production and distribution ramping up in this country, more states are expanding who is eligible to be inoculated. And as of today, Mississippi is following Alaska's lead. And they are opening up vaccination appointments to all residents 16 years and older starting today. So there's really no excuse as we move on to talk about how folks are stepping up to take the vaccination. We can't just say, "Oh, my age isn't there. I'm too young to get this," and what have you. All folks 16 and over are able to get in line and to make their appointments for the vaccinations, and all of the states are really stepping up as well. As of April 1st, as an example, all residents 45 and older will be able to get vaccinated in the state of Arizona. April 1st. As of Monday, those eligible in Arkansas in the state include, they're still at the 65 and older. And Jay, in California, the state expanded its vaccine eligibility yesterday to include adults in the congregate facilities, including immigrants in detention centers, as well as those with certain health conditions. But as you see with Mississippi, as you see with Alaska, they're starting to take vaccination appointments for those 16 and older, and especially because like the 16-year-olds are able to work, and so that is what they're doing. Now, Jay, I'm hearing something when I'm talking. You talk. No, go ahead and talk.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
It's still there. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know. Turn down your volume, Jay.
Then I won't be able to hear you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You won't be able to hear us if we turn down the volume. How about now?
Is it still doing it
Yeah.
now?
Yolanda said you don't have headphones,
Is it still doing it?
Yeah, especially with when you talk. Yeah. Do you have headphones? They're probably packed. Huh?
Yes, I don't know where the fuck they are.
Jay,
Hold on.
Yolanda said you always have headphones. All right, so while Jay does that, we'll also continue talking. This is this is our Tuesday with Jay. Yeah. This is a horrific situation that has come about as a result of the stimulus checks. This is, it just boggles the mind that we have a man is accused of killing 3 adults and a 7-year-old child in Indianapolis over the weekend. And he told police he began shooting everyone inside of the home after an argument over a stimulus check. The 25-year-old man taken into custody after they say he shot and killed 3 adults, as I said. We have Anthony Johnson, Daquan Moore, Eve Moore, who is 7, and Tamika Brown, who is 44. The survivor of the shooting, the family said, shared a daughter with one of the people who was shot in the back during the incident. And he and his daughter's mother were arguing because he wanted some of her stimulus check. And the argument escalated, and here we have a history of violence in this family, and the result is the death of a child and the adults in the family. And there had been a history of domestic violence. All of these things were not were a part of it, of this family's history. There had been a restraining order against this man. And Jay, okay, we're still waiting. Money is truly, yeah, you're absolutely right, Maurice. Says money is truly the root of all evil. And, you know, there's just so much here and talking about these stimulus checks in terms of where this money is going. Women, stop telling these men when you're getting the money. You know what? You are so right. You are absolutely right. And by the same token, you know, men, you know, don't have to share all of that with the women either, unless you're behind in your child support, and then, you know, you don't have to come up with some information. There's also a state that we just talked about it today that has there's a bill by some of the Republican state senators, and they are requiring that the stimulus checks going to prisoners go to restitution. And there is because last year the judge determined that the prisoners can get stimulus checks, and now these people are saying that as a result of the prisoners, those who are in the system getting their stimulus checks, now there is a bill and saying that they will have to spend their money on restitution if, you know, cases are brought against them, or paying off for violence against someone or whatever they are there for stealing or a robbery or whatever. And so this goes to restitution. And it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. You know, a lot of people are concerned about taxes and child credits and things like that. But the dark side of this also exists. And we have to keep that in mind. But I'm just really curious what people are thinking about this. And on the positive side of news, yes, people are, and yes, it has taken much too long for these checks to be parceled out, especially during the Republican administration. Yes. Did the prisoners get checks during yeah, it was the end of last year that the judge determined, I think it was like in the fall, September, the judge determined that the prisoners would get the checks. And so, like for instance, what they got in the last part of the Trump administration, yes, they did. Let those prisoners have that money. They have family as well as other needs, and to support that. Thank you, Joe Robinson III. You're absolutely right. But this is a way, I'm telling you, watch these Republican houses of government, the state houses of government, the way they are doing it. We're telling the stories about Georgia and Texas and Florida and what they're doing in terms of voting. They are also trying to prevent people from getting their money. And as if it weren't bad enough in the state of Florida, where they are, trying to still keep prisoners who have done their time that are now out, former felons, from being able to vote. And now this is an opportunity for them to get them while they're still in prison. Prisoners restitution, that's a swift bill considering most people have theirs, and I thought you had to file taxes. Well, a lot of it is based upon your taxes and how much you're getting. So it may be for people who are just getting there and have filed taxes in the past. Certainly for the last bills for the last tax filings they have for these people, that's how they determine how much money they'll get. And so if there is a tax history, then that will happen. But how else would you explain it, that they are getting these checks? There is some great news, and I love stories like this, and it couldn't happen to a better person because secretly, not so secret, one of my great wishes and hopes and dreams was to own a football team at some point, especially living in Hawaii. I know it doesn't make sense as far as travel and things are concerned, but that is my great concern. And LeBron James is going to be not only a major player in the sport of basketball, he's also going to be a major player in the sport of baseball. He is now going to become a part owner of the Boston Red Sox. This is really becoming a reason for me to really make Boston my favorite team, because remember, they also hired a Black woman to be a coach on one of their, I think it's their farm teams. And so this is a really good time to find out about the Boston Red Sox and so I'm just going to tell you, Jasmine Pendleton, I may be coming to join you at a game a time or two. All right, so how are we on time? Okay. This is the funniest part to me. We are still waiting for Jay to find headphones, earbuds. Okay. Yeah, this is something that we can talk about. If we can move ahead to our question of the day. And I don't know how this question came about, but it did, and it has resulted in some interesting answers among our staff, or lack thereof. And so today's question of the day is, have you ever said something? Oh, text Jay and remind him. Thank you, Myra. Text Jay and remind him that we're still on the air. He might have gone off, Myra. You are so right, Myra. Jay's gone off somewhere, and now he's eating a sandwich. You can't remember why he came into the kitchen, but while he's there, he's picked up a sandwich. And Jay went to Walmart, says Tanya. So give us your ideas of where you think Jay may have gone off to. That could be our question of the day. Where did Jay go? Come on, Denmark Tech. Get it together. Thank you, Nicole. He's not representing very well, but that's our papa. God love him. Funny man, but sometimes, and he's really very tech savvy. Well, he probably is living out of packed boxes. You're absolutely right, Sharon Miller. You're right. And so, and he's probably got a lot of medium T-shirts that he's still, going through. He's got a lot of bottles of Hotter Than a Mofo and Hot Nuts. Oh God, Jay, are you? Oh, now we've lost the video. Jay, OJ, don't call him OJ. Oh, it's worse. Oh my God,
I don't know if it's where I live, but it is horrible.
It's absolutely worse.
Yes, hold on.
Okay. We'll wait for you. Okay. We'll wait for you. Let me ask you this. This is not our question of the day, but I'm just curious. Now that we know where Jay went, he did find some earbuds. He found his AirPods. But whoa. I am fascinated by the idea. I love the idea of Magic Johnson having ownership in the Los Angeles Dodgers now that LeBron has ownership. Is there a team that you would like to own or have ownership in? I know that Venus and Serena were a part of the Miami Dolphins. I'm not sure if they're still part of the ownership there. But I just love the fact that they are at the top of their game in one sport, and they're branching out to have ownership in another sport. And for me, that's obviously it would just be, it's not a sport that I'm involved in, just a sport that I love, both being baseball and football. But I'm just really curious if there is something that you guys, if there's a sport that you would like to, or a team that you would like to invest in, and perhaps give a name to a team. Hello to the Washington Football Club. Those kind of things are just are of great interest to me. So we're going to hold off on some of our other trending topics, as well as the question of the day I will ask you. So if people don't have any responses to ownership of a team, perhaps there's something else you'd like to own. But I will tell you that our question of the day is, have you ever said something to someone that you regret? Or has someone ever said something to you that is just so mean that you find it difficult to forgive them? And I'll start it off. Being very transparent. I have dated a few men who have died. That's just the way it happens. And so one of them, when we were breaking up, I said to him, "You're dead to me," and then he died. So, and that I will never, I will live with that for the rest of my life. But that is the reality. That's exactly what happened. Myra J, thank God. Myra J said, "When I said I do." Have you said something that you regret? Myra J says, "When I said I do." Absolutely. Thank you, Myra. And I'm sure we've got a lot of folks. Sabrina, Sybil, and team, do you take donations for this platform? Sabrina, we are a struggling platform, but we have not opened up the channel for taking donations, but we are looking for to increase our subscriber membership. So we encourage you, please, to give this as gifts. Tomorrow for St. Patrick's Day, as an example, give this as a gift for St. Patrick's Day to all the Black Irish amongst you. So have you ever said something that you regret? Someone pointed out to me in our call today, in amongst our staff, did I regret asking Maya Angelou about the question that, do I regret asking her the question that I did when she came on the show one time? And it had to do with the question of the day, which is, how do you feel as an older woman asking a younger man out and that kind of thing? Or have you been involved in a relationship as an older woman with a younger man? And I asked Dr. Angelou the question, and she said, that is not a question to be asked. That is not how you ask that question. And so Jay and Tom were very supportive of saying, well, she didn't mean anything by it, and all that kind of stuff. She said, no, one does not ask that question in that manner. And so I said, okay. So she told me that I should say, what are your thoughts on an older woman and younger man relationship? And so not to make her the focus of the question, but just to ask her thoughts on the question in a roundabout way, trying to get an answer there. By that time I got that out, I think she had hung up on us. And people love to remember that. They absolutely love, even into the last moment that we were on the air, there were people who were saying, oh God, wasn't that the funniest thing when Dr. Angelou, when my Angela took Sybil to the woodshed? And you live and you learn. So but it's not something I regret. I don't ever regret, because I learned and how to address people. And so that was just very interesting to me. Saying too many yes. Oh, saying yes. Oh, saying yes too many times. Yeah. Or for some of us saying no too many times. Well, I don't know what it meant. My mother asked, am I calling her a lie? I said, yeah, and bam, took me a day to get off the floor. So your mama thought you called her a lie. You didn't understand it. And so, yeah, she took you out. Because, that's another thing. We're talking about how we talk to our children, how our parents have talked to us as children. And, when they said, I said something unkind to my daughter years ago, and I had to remember everybody has feelings. Oh, Brian. Oh, Brian, that's tough. Yeah. And you know what? Our actions have consequences as well as our words. And that is something that people carry with them for the rest of their lives. Being called the N-word, on my first day of school, I still remember it, but it wasn't something that, that has had a profound effect on me. It just makes me remember, even back in the day when that happened, that, people still feel that way and call us that name. Hey, look at you smiling. Okay. Does that mean you're frozen or you can speak? Hello? Okay. Are you saying anything?
Yes.
Yes. Jay, you know what? We should do a show before the show to make sure that we get all the bugs out. What do you? No, it sounds good. It sounds good. It really does. But you turn your camera back again.
Yes,
that's a nice palm print right there. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk.
Can you hear me?
You know what? It's not matching up, but it's okay. When you speak, it's not matching up with the words. That's okay. That's okay. That's all right. We got this. We got this. Okay. So Jay.
All right.
We don't want to go to training. Okay. So let's talk about the stories on the What You Need to Know newsletter. Okay. Okay. We're gonna have a delay, but we don't have the static, so we'll deal with that.
So it's a delay.
Mm-hmm. There's a delay. I didn't understand. I saw your mouse move, but I didn't understand when the word came out. Okay. So I'll try to do this. All right. Ross says, A Chinese movie delay. That's true. That's like, no, 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 no. Oh, you're not funny now.
I'm a sister.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Okay, so the president has signed the checks, Jay. The checks are in the mail. The checks are on their way to being deposited. Hopefully, folks who have accounts at Wells Fargo and Chase will get their checks in their accounts tomorrow. Why that delay? I don't know. But at any rate, the $1.9 trillion coronavirus plan is in full effect. And so the president, the vice president, and their spouses have hit the road. Yesterday, the vice president and her husband, Doug Emhoff, went out to Vegas and they visited a vaccination center. And today, the president was in a city outside of Philadelphia at a Black-owned flooring company. And so they're going out there to talk about all the stuff that's in this bill that is going to be useful to people. Would you accept them at the J spot?
Okay, I would say it's fine. And I like they're going help with, but and
this is not. It's not working. It's not working. Okay, he's gone out. So continuing on this story, everybody is out there, including some members of the cabinet are going to be joining them as they make their way around the country. As I said, the vice president and her husband have gone out there. The vice president is also going to be making some solo visits, and her husband is going to be going to make some solo visits. The First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, was in New Jersey at an elementary school yesterday. And she, of course, will be talking about the White House plan that is funding schools to reopen and to get our kids back in the classrooms. That is a top priority for her as a teacher, as you might expect. And they will continue crisscrossing the nation, and the vice president out in her neck of the woods out west, but she will meet up with the president on Friday in Atlanta. And this will mark his first visit to Georgia since the U.S. Senate runoff, in which Democrats won both elections and giving them that slim majority that they have in the United States House. I'm sorry, the United States Senate. Sending Reverend Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff to the Senate and giving the party that slim majority, as I said. I don't know how many people are paying attention to the migration crisis, but thousands of young children have come across the U.S. border from Central America, Mexico, and other Central American countries. And it is a crisis. And Republicans are very quick to point out that this crisis is in full effect during the Biden administration, and forgetting or hoping for us to forget about the children that were held in cages in the Trump administration as they were trying to not accept them into our country. These kids are coming into the country, and they're being held in makeshift centers, including 3,000 teenage boys are, if they're not already here in Dallas at the convention center, they will be held there. 3,000 teenage boys will be held in Dallas, Texas, as they work through the process, because a lot of these kids are being sent by their parents or coming up to meet family members. How about now, Mr. Brown? How now,
I don't
Brown
know.
J?
Can you hear me, Sybil? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You did. I missed 30 minutes of the damn show. 30 whole damn minutes.
You know what? This is like any day on the Joyner show.
No, it was never this bad. It was never.
You were never
ever.
this late?
I was this late a lot of times. Trust me.
No, but the technical frustrations I get.
The technical structure. I guess that the fact that we put it in our own hands, and I don't have Kia here to help me, who was our engineer when I did the show. But and now I only see half of you on the screen, so I'm gonna go with it. I'm not worried about it. I only see
Is it
half.
is it my better half or?
I see the top of your head. I guess you
Oh,
see,
okay.
but I'm going
Shall,
with it. I
shall I
think
go
one
up
of the
like this so you can see me?
I don't. Hey, I'm not going to touch nothing. I'm
No,
not
don't
one of
touch
the.
anything else.
Yeah,
Because
can't tell you how many times I've heard that. But anyway, we're moving on.
would you like to have the president or vice president or the first lady
Yes, I
come to the
would.
J spot?
I was talking about this earlier before my phone went off that they're going on tour, and I think it's a good thing because Biden also said that that's one of the things that him and Barack Obama did not do in the last stimulus check. They didn't go
Mm-hmm.
around the country to let people know where this money came from. But I do disagree with the name. The help is on the way. I thought it
Mm-hmm.
should be called we sent you this fucking money. And with that,
And they didn't.
and yeah, we sent you this fucking money and they didn't. And it kind of gets the point across because at the end of the day, I think people will have a tendency to forget, especially with the Republicans jumping on the bandwagon right
Hmm.
away as soon as the bill was passed that we got you money, knowing that they
Yeah.
voted against it across the board. So I think what the vice president and president are doing is very good to let people know, this is where it came from and this is what it's about. So I think that's a very good move. Very, very good move.
Jay, what do you think about the like the United States senator who put was one of the proponents of a bill, a leader of a bill, to give this $28 million to $28 billion to restaurants, to the the smaller restaurants, not the big chains where they have 20 or
Hmm.
fewer. And so, but he voted against the bill. He voted against the whole package.
Well,
And then he bragged about giving money to the restaurants.
what the Republicans are doing is the fact that we will totally vote against it. That way we can criticize it if it goes bad, which is what we're hoping it does. And when you
Mhm.
give out that much money and you have that many people involved, there's a tendency for stuff to get jacked up. But the Republicans jumped on board right away saying, hey, we did this, we did this, we did this. And people are going to forget once they get that money that the Republicans had nothing to do with it. So it's a smart ploy on both parties. But
Mhm.
will people remember that they got the money from the Democrats? I
From
don't
the
know, Sybil.
Democrats. Yeah.
Yeah,
And especially with the Republicans trying to change all the rules and voting
and
in
make it
states.
harder for
Um,
people to vote. So when it comes time
yep.
to voting again, these assholes have changed the rules. But we talked about this last week. Whenever we start to make a foothold, they make a new rule. So
Yeah.
it's a new
Yeah.
rule. And I hope that these people are well aware that what these people are trying to do, when I say these people, the Republicans, are trying to change the narrative so that we can vote and vote their ass out. Because that's what it's all about. That's
Right.
exactly what it's all about. They're not in power. So, not in power, let's change the rules.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Are you seeing a lot more people in California as a result of people traveling now and feeling more comfortable about traveling,
It
especially
it is,
this
and it
time of
depends
year?
on where you go. It depends on where
Hmm.
you go because if you go to the beach, you would think that the pandemic never hit the beach in LA,
Right.
like at all. I mean, they're all up in each other's faces. They're not wearing masks. So it depends on what part of the town you go in. When I
Right.
go in the stores, there are a lot of people that still wearing their masks, but you have states like Texas and Tennessee and some other states are lifting the mandate. So they're saying it's almost if they're saying the virus is over, let's get back to
Right.
work. And
Right. Florida had that where they said hundreds of spring breakers were arrested after going to Miami Beach and ignoring the COVID-19 rules. And the mayor of Miami said law enforcement forced to use pepper balls to disperse the large disorderly crowds.
well, the
And
mayor of Miami is an asshole. You can't open up the city and then tell people not to go where shit is already open. So it's like he's gonna do one thing and then say something else. Like black people say, you're talking out the side of your neck. If you
yeah.
close the bars and the clubs and stuff like that, people won't have a place to go. You can't open up the beach and expect people not to go, asshole.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
what if
what I mean, these Republicans are such, but stupidity follows stupidity. Even the Trump
yeah.
supporters 40% of them said they're not going to take the shot. Well, Trump took the shot,
He
and
did.
he took the shot, and he took the concoction when he was very, very sick.
When he
So
was sick.
yeah, so it's like stupid following stupid, and you just get upset with these damn Republicans when you try to talk about it. They're so busy talking about Dr. Seuss and the Grammys
And the
and
cancel
meanwhile people are
culture. Yeah.
starving and freezing to death in their fucking homes, and they're worrying about the culture and not the situation that the country is in.
Yeah.
The culture is going to change. There ain't shit you can do about it. Back in the day, nobody wanted to sing rock and roll. So if Cardi B and
And
Megan Thee
Megan.
Stallion want to bump coochies on TV, people are still fucking hungry. Who gives a shit?
Well, I think it's really interesting how they are playing a little game of switcheroo, because if I'm not mistaken, in the state of Mississippi, people are still living with foul water. And
Yes.
a lot of them are, and so now the governor's like, hey, come get your shots, everybody, come get your shots, and forget about the fact you don't have running water in your house. Today, come on, let's get to it. Let's get past this pandemic. And Mr. Governor, what about the people who are still suffering from the water situation? So
And
it's like, don't look
what
over
about the
here.
switcheroo what what about the switcheroo that you're doing with the virus, especially in Florida, where they're putting it in places where the very elite lives and the very fortunate lives, and not in some of the less fortunate areas, and people are not getting the
Yeah.
vaccine. So they're going to play politics with everything. We have to be aware of this, and we have to register to vote, and we have to vote these assholes out of office. Out of
Yeah.
office. What they
That's,
don't understand is that the culture has changed. It's not 1960 anymore. Black men are with
mhm.
white women with black men. You got
Oh,
gays.
we had to go
All of this
there,
is
huh?
your life the way it used to be does not exist anymore. It does
No,
not exist
they don't.
anymore.
No.
And you cannot put your foot on the neck of these people who are going to vote your ass out. You can't do it. It's going to
Right.
backfire.
Yeah. And they're still trying to do it. Here's the story of Louisiana state troopers who are white bragging and talking in a group text about beating a 29-year-old black man after a police chase. 29-year-old Antonio Harris. Now these guys, Dakota DeMoss, amongst others, also under federal investigation for initiating the arrest of another man who died of his injuries. So Mr. Harris was pulled over for a minor traffic violation in Richland Parish in Louisiana. He
Hmm.
re-entered the vehicle, and he honestly he did drive away. Right. This resulted in a
Right.
multi-mile police chase and the tire deflation device. They throw the tax out and stuff. He
Hmm.
surrendered face down on the ground, arms and legs, and then the policeman delivered a knee strike and slapped him in the face before powering off his body camera, knowing exactly what he was doing. Gave him the knee, then the slap, and then
Lift off the
turned his
camera.
body cam off. Yeah, yeah. And then they went and bragged about this. They had a whole text chain of how they beat the guy about the face and all the things they did. And so this is a man from Mississippi who was taken and and held down and beaten by these policemen who turned their body cameras off.
Well, the policemen have. This isn't the first time that's happening,
No,
but
no,
what happened? What I'm really making a point about, until the police departments are made responsible for the dirt and the wrong that they do, not the city, the police department and the police unions, until these assholes have to pay out some money. And all policemen aren't bad. But when a police does something wrong, I think the police department and the police union should pay the family itself. And once that starts happening, you will see a different outlook on the way these police departments treat black, brown, Hispanic people or whatever. But they don't have any, they're not going to be responsible. The
right.
city is going to be paying the money, not the police union. Take this money out of the union. They got all of this money and all this right. Start hitting those assholes, and you'll see a different outlook. Because when the city awards a family money, it doesn't affect the police department at all.
Right.
all.
Right.
All.
You're absolutely right. Look at Minneapolis.
That's
Take
what I'm
their
talking about.
pensions.
Why should
Yeah.
the city pay $27 million when the city didn't really do it? The police department did.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
should pay.
Brian Scott, great commentary today. Thank you for joining us again. And he said, take their pensions. Jay, we saved this for you. This is we're trying to move on from the whole conversation about Kirk Franklin and his son. But there is, we talked about in our production meeting about the long-standing acceptance of how we talk to our children and treat our children. I want you to take a look at this video.
Hey, yo, Mason, though, low key though, she probably do look like she could suck some good dick, huh? Hey, low key, she got them duck lips, my nigga.
Hey, did I ask you to straighten up in here? I asked you that like an hour ago.
I'm sorry, man. We were just joking around. We were messing around.
I don't see it.
Man, that's all you fucking do is mess around. Till I asked you to clean this house up an hour ago, and you sitting here with your dumbass friends.
I'm sorry. Like,
sorry what? Just do what I say, you nappy head little bastard.
Whoa! Hold up, you bald-headed Easter egg looking hoe! Don't you ever come at me and talk to me like you know who I am? Nigga, I am your offspring. I will kill you. You understand? At your funeral, I will literally put my feces inside of your mouth. Do not ever say that in front of me like that and my friends. Anyways, guys, so yeah, I said she was looking like she got something. In the arms
of the angel. Could you see any of that?
No, what clip was it though?
Okay, so it is there's a conversation a kid is having, hanging out with his friends, like in the game room or whatever at their house, and the father comes in and says, you know, you're supposed to clean up and you know, giving him a hard time, and then the son goes off on him, obviously using the words that his father has used on him before, and saying that he will kill him, that, you know, when he dies, and you could hear these bullet shots. The next thing you see, the kid's laid out in a coffin, like the father's like, okay, bam. Bam, bam, and the kid is laid out. He, you know, all of the threats he makes against the father carries through on the kid. And this is, do you know Paige Kennedy, the comedian? This is his video. So the thing is,
I mean,
talking about how you talk to your children and how we treat our children, because that was a big part of the conversation.
This was so weird about the Kirk Franklin audio video, and if you're a father, and I noticed yesterday you had Damon and Griff on, right? And they both have sons. Sons. Yep. And most fathers, I know, I'm not going to say all fathers, will tell you that at a certain point in your life you will have that type of conversation with your son, and there's no biblical scripture that can say what you want to say, like, motherfucker, I will kill you, if you reach that point in the relationship that you have with your son. And the thing I really kind of get upset with is Christians who are giving Kirk Franklin a hard time, but there's cussing in the Bible. Peter cussed when he denied Christ on the third time. What, did he get biblical on you? Yes, he did. He denied Christ. I wasn't there. I don't know what he said, but
George was.
He could have said, "I'm that motherfucker." He could have said that. We don't know. We don't know if that was said. We do know the Bible says that he did curse, and I'm talking about maybe Samson cursed Delilah out when he woke up and saw that all his hair was gone. He would probably said, "What the fuck?" I don't know if he said that. I wasn't there. David, was it Bathsheba? I'm thinking when he looked across the field and saw Bathsheba naked, he probably went, "Damn."
But Jay, to bring it back to the way we talk to our children.
Yes, and so we bring it back
Christians.
to cursing gets your point across, because there's no biblical phrases in the Bible that will rectify the word or take the place of "I will choke your ass out, I will kill you, I will put you in a box." And until you do that, sometimes kids don't take you serious. And he didn't cuss a child, he cussed a grown ass man. So
and that's the other thing.
No, see, You're fortunate. You never got cussed out, and you got woken up with a song. Good morning, sunshine. So
you are my sunshine.
I know your life, Sybil, which nobody else got that type of life. Good morning, sunshine. Wake up. It's a nice day. You're gonna have a great. No, if you don't get your ass out of that fucking bed and go downstairs and eat them cold ass grits, I will kill you. So
Jay, did you ever say I will never talk to my children that way?
No, I didn't. But here, I was an away parent, so I do remember beating my kids. I was an away parent. I was working, and my kids were raised by their baby mamas. That's a whole different story that we might go into some.
Right. Yeah,
3 kids, 3 baby mamas, which the book will be out soon. And so
that's the name of the book.
3 kids, 3 baby mamas.
And 2 of them are twins.
And 2 of them are twins. And 2 of them are horned.
Very close together.
Very close to each other. I think the most pain that my kids probably got from me, Sybil, was that I wasn't there as much as they would have liked me to be. And I admit that. But the beating and stuff like that, no, not at all. Although, Terrell, there was one time I was going to kill my oldest son, but that's a whole different story,
Is that another book?
Yeah, that's another one. I'm about to kill my oldest son, but I still love him to death, though. So, and what Kurt is going through is just a way he chose to speak to his son at that particular time. And every father who has been tested by their male child will tell you, we've had that, and I don't think Kurt's going to lose anything at all. I think, he'll be.
But let me ask you this: if you had done this to your son, and being the public figure that you are, and you apologize to your fans and to your church and all of that, do you apologize to your son too?
It depends on how you feel, Sybil. I mean, we're not there.
Well, I'm asking.
I don't know. That's an answer I can't. That's something I can't answer, because Kurt could be saying, I don't owe him an apology. I owe an apology to the people who saw that side of me, and that's who I'm apologizing to. Trying to apologize to my son who said, fuck you, you know what I mean? Who said, some of the things that he said. Do you stand back and go, well, you owe me an apology. Let me apologize to the people who saw that side of me, who would have never seen it had his punk ass son not put the tape out there and taped his father. So it's a situation that if you've never been in it, it's hard for you to make a judgment.
Right. Let me just ask you, as we close out this segment, what would Iyanla say?
My brother, go out there and hug your son. Your son is hurting. He's in pain. Kurt, we need you to stand tall and be bigger than this. Kurt, listen to me, Kurt. This is just a tiny situation that you're going to. Now, deep down inside, you are God's littlest Christian. You are God's littlest Christian. And know that in the end, you can rise above this. And I will say a small prayer for you.
Bravo. Jay, I want to talk about a couple of different things. First of all, Tiffany Haddish won her Grammy for Best Comedy Album, but you seem a lot more enthusiastic than a lot of other comedians. Why is that?
Man, fuck these guys. Fuck them. All these people who talk this shit about paying your dues, what fucking dues, and who's the dues collector? Let me know, because if there's dues you got to pay to one individual, I'm sure everybody would just go pay that son of a bitch and be successful. Success has a turn of events that nobody else can say, if you do this, you gonna get this. If you do that, this will happen to you. Tiffany Haddish put out a comedy album. Now, did anybody else I know put out one? I don't know. I didn't put out one. I don't remember seeing any more. And she won a Grammy. Hooray for her. She deserves it. She put in the work. She worked differently from going from club to club to club. She got movies. That going to the chilling circuit, that shit don't exist anymore with the internet. So give me a break with this not paying your dues. Pay them to who? Who the fuck? Who you pay? Who is the collector of the dues? And until you answer that question, hats off to Tiffany Haddish. She had 2 comedy specials that showcased comics that probably never would have fucking been on television. Hats off to her for doing that.
And
she's
from
not
what I
only
know
doing
about
that,
her story, she's paid
she's
her
slapping
dues.
her
I mean,
car.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know what the payment of the dues is. Right. I don't know who it goes
Well,
to or what that determination is.
It's the same argument that quote unquote other comedians have with comedians who become successful on the internet. They're saying they didn't pay their dues.
Right.
They put videos together every week or every 20 seconds and built a following. You went from club to club and built a following. It's a different avenue now. Oh, you want to follow it? Make some fucking videos. Make some.
Right.
Everybody
So
else.
Shantae is asking what's going on with Tiffany Haddish. Does that? Are you just asking for? So she won a Grammy over the weekend for her best comedy album, and a lot of comedians, a lot of people in the entertainment industry are saying that this was too much, too soon, that she hasn't paid her dues. And so Jay is expressing
they said the same shit. They said the same, and you know for a fact that me and Miss Kathy Hughes got into the same argument when Barack Obama, and not only Miss Kathy Hughes, a lot of those blacks were saying
a lot of black folks did. Yeah,
he shouldn't be running for president now. He should wait. Why should he?
They sounded just like that too. Just like
they sounded just. He shouldn't be running for president now because we ain't doing what we ain't doing. And man, fuck that. Hats off to Tiffany Haddish. You know, next time you do a movie, put me in it.
Okay. And she's doing the damn thing. She really is.
She's doing it. Maybe she's buying property. She has a production company. She's going to produce movies. She's putting people in front of the camera that will never had a chance before. You know, okay. So why you hating? Why you gotta hate?
And Barbara is absolutely right. Barbara Johnson says favor ain't fair. You're right about that. You are so right about that. Okay, so let's talk about the Oscar nominations. One of your favorite movies. I still haven't watched it yet, but I promise I will. One of your favorite movies, Mank, the black and white drama about the screenwriter Herman Mankiewicz. Got 10 nominations. 10 nominations.
So good. So fucking good. First of all, you have to be a fan of Citizen Kane to really enjoy this movie, to get the justification. He wrote Citizen Kane, but back in the day when people would write movies and write plays and write for radios and stuff like that, they never put their name on there, or they'd give it to the producer. You know, like a lot of people think Alfred Hitchcock wrote all their movies. He didn't. He did not write a lot of them. He didn't write a lot of them. He directed them, but sometimes he would get his name. It's the same thing Berry Gordy did for Motown. He stuck his name on shit that it didn't have anything with him to do for writing. So Mankiewicz was very instrumental in making sure he knew he wrote a masterpiece with Citizen Kane, and he wanted to get his name on this movie, and that's what this movie is about. It's a very, very good movie.
And Jay absolutely loves it. So check it out. It's true. I mean, you've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks with me, and I just haven't had a chance to watch it. I do want to just make a couple of notes. They have crowded up the actor in the supporting role category. 3 black men are up for this one award, actor in a supporting role. Daniel Kaluuya in Judas and the Black Messiah, as well as Lakeith Stanfield in the same movie, and Leslie Odom Jr. in One Night in Miami, and no nomination for Regina King. And I think that is
it's the same. It's the bullshit. It's the straight bullshit that they do. Well, you know, Color Purple didn't get shit. So, you know, are we surprised? Are we surprised? Right. No, we're not.
Jay, we're going to close with your favorite part. We're going to give you a little information from Yogi's Jewels. No. We aren't done yet. We aren't done. I just want to give this, and then we can definitely. Today's jewel: when you can understand your feelings and emotions, you can better control your actions. That's a bit wordy.
That's a bit wordy. I don't know who's doing the Yogi's Jewels. I don't
Yogi.
really know the person, but we want them to the point, because they're always to the point. Well, we want them here.
Tracks, a little shorter.
Yeah, a little
Well,
short.
no, we usually like this, Jay, but you want it like this. Okay. So, and the bottom line is try therapy. And,
See, that's
and
what I said. That part was added. That was. I love
Jay,
you.
I know you do. Tell us about Hotter Than a Mofo before we go.
I now have salsa.
Oh, we can't see it. We can't see it. Bring it over. Yeah, there you go.
I can't
Hotter Than a Mofo
I've
salsa.
heard that.
I know.
I can't see it. I've heard that a lot.
And so we go to Hotter Than a Mofo.
HotterThanAMofo.com to order my salsa. I only have 3 boxes, so it's going to be going fast. It's so hot. If you like salsa hot. Now, I always say this. If you don't like hot foods, we all know somebody who does, so buy it for them. Okay?
Right.
How about that?
I think it's on one of your commercials. So you just added just a drop. And you said all you need is a drop, like in some ranch dressing, and that brings it out to flavor. We also want to encourage folks to go to took my glasses off. Please do another giveaway Hotter Than a Mofo, Jay. And Debbie Boyd is asking.
The Hotter Than a Mofo giveaway will be done once a month, where we give away all of the products on that with the hot sauce, the apron, and we throw in the broke watch, the bobblehead. Yes, it's a very nice.
So you did that giveaway. You did the giveaway already for the month of March?
Yeah, we're doing it. We just started for the month of March. We did it for.
Okay.
What's the month before March?
That would be February.
February. Did it for February. Yes.
Where is it sold? Amazon, and go to hotterthanamofo.com.
And it's
right?
it's in about 5 airports, but I never got my money for it, so I don't understand.
Oh, that was such a great deal. I think because it was like Birmingham and other places.
It's in Birmingham, it's in Atlanta, and it's in Mobile. But I never got my money for the hot sauce.
Oh, that's a bummer. Jay, want people to go to check out the show, which is the celebration of women, and that is March 21st. It's streaming. Thank you very much. And Salute Her Awards going to be on March 21st. What else is happening on that day? Happy birthday, J. Anthony Brown.
March 21st, your truly birthday, but I'll be in lockdown with the Mr. Tyler Perry. We'll be taping. So that'll be it.
Oh, you're going back to work. So please go to and watch the Salute Her Awards. That's definitely a great thing. And some wonderful women are going to be honored there. We leave you and
will you be there,
very much.
Is this something you're doing?
No, this is Lonnie Love is hosting this, the great Lonnie Love.
Oh, okay.
And these women. I have been an honoree at the Salute Her Awards in Dallas a couple of years ago. This is obviously because of the pandemic, it is going to be streamed virtually. So we congratulate all of them.
Good. And can I do a shout out for Cheryl? Can I do a shout out for Cheryl Underwood, who's going through it, hanging there? You're a trooper. We love you. Whatever. Yeah.
No, that's the absolute truth. She is one of a kind and always the consummate professional. So we commend her. Check out this video. We'll see you all tomorrow. It's Myra J. and Stephen Hill Day. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Thank you for being a real trooper in all of this.
Better than my shit.
Can't tell you how many times.
He can tell you about their first dance, but he can't remember my name. I'm his daughter.
Half of all black families are impacted by Alzheimer's, but we don't know why. At HSC, we are investing in a new research study to find solutions for your family. To join the research study, visit blackalzbrainstudy.com or call 817-735-2963.